Yeah, sure. Ask any question that you need. So if you check the government website, yeah, so the question is PGWP extension by reason of passport expiry done by paper or online? If you take a look directly at the government website, it does say do it by paper. However, in practice, we've been doing this for many years and we've never seen any refusals due to submitting an online application. The risk is really up to you. Paper applications are a bit annoying because you need to print everything out, send it, and then you have no idea if they've received it or not because they tend to wait until they issue a decision just to even let you know that they've received it. But yeah, there's no right or wrong answer here. In practice, people still get applications approved even if you do it online, but the technical instructions given directly on the website is that it needs to be done on paper. Yep, you can definitely do it online. Just submit an application directly through your IRCC secure account. If you do need any help, let us know. You can visit our website at pgwpcanada.com or go to migration.ca. It's both the same companies. Hi, so thanks for joining the live session with me. Today we're just taking a look at post-graduation work permits as always. I'm here to answer anybody's questions for the next 15 minutes or so. If you have any questions regarding post-graduation work permits, if you need help with your application, any specific questions, I'm here to help for the next 15 minutes. So ask away. Hopefully this will help everyone else that's watching here as well. So it looks like we have a question here saying, hi there. I have a in process, give me one sec. I have an in process progress extension of study permit and about to apply for a PGWP, but no decision has been made yet. Can I cancel my extension of permit and apply for a PGWP right away? Can I do that? And what are the risks? Thank you. So you should not cancel your study permit application. I'm assuming that your previous study permit has already expired and that you're currently under something called maintained status. Maintained status bridges the gap between your previous status until a decision is reached on the permit application that you've made. If you cancel your study permit application, it almost makes it as if IRCC never received any application. So your status would have actually expired on the date that your study permit expired, which would make you ineligible to apply for a PGWP inside of Canada. So what I would do is keep the study permit application ongoing. Unfortunately, they haven't made a decision. So what you'll need to do now, either wait for the decision to come or submit a post-graduation work permit while you're waiting for the study permit application. You're not going to be eligible to start working right away because you need to have a valid study permit at the time you submit your PGWP to start working right away. And so just keep that in mind. You can apply for the PGWP, but you need to wait until you receive a decision on the post-graduation work permit to begin working. Otherwise, you can wait for the study permit to come back approved, but who knows if it's going to come back approved or refused. So that's a risk you're going to need to take. If, let's say, you wait about a month and you get a study permit that's approved and it buys you a little bit of time, then you can submit your PGWP and start working right away. But because there's no guarantee on when the decision is going to come, and we know for a fact that some government officers will take a look at that application and say, hey, you've completed your studies already. You don't need a study permit, so I'm going to refuse the application. In a situation like that, you lose status, you need to restore your status, et cetera, et cetera. And so generally speaking, I would recommend just applying for the PGWP. Second question from the Facebook group. Hi, how should someone address accidental work after completion of studies in their post-graduation work permit? Now, this is a pretty big problem, obviously, because it makes you ineligible for the post-graduation work permit. At the end of the day, legally speaking, you're not eligible. So if the officer decides to refuse your application, there's nothing we can do to really fight that decision, right? However, in practice, a lot of officers have been more lenient towards people making small mistakes here and there. I don't know how long you worked after receiving your letter of completion or a final official transcript, but depending on how long you worked afterwards, that's also going to be taken into account. And so, I would write a letter of explanation, just explaining the circumstances, asking for an exception. Usually speaking, they won't care too much. But again, like I said, there's nothing you can do if they give you a refusal because it's still technically on you to understand the requirements of the PGWP, what the conditions of a study permit holder are. And so, you'll just need to submit the application and see. We do take on complex cases like this, and so if you do need a little bit more personalized touch and take a look at some of the examples of applications we've done in the past, you can feel free to reach out to us. We have two websites, which is migration.ca. It's with a Y, so it's like migration, mygration.ca, or you can also go to our other website. It's our sister company, pgwpcanada.com. Another question came in. Hi, please, do I need a full-time job as a primary applicant to get my spousal extension work permit? So I believe your question is, do I, as the PGWP applicant, need a full-time job for my spouse or common law partner to get a spousal open work permit? The answer is yes and no. You do need a job, but it doesn't need to be full-time. Another question came on the Facebook page. If I'm yet to receive a decision on my PGWP application, which I did with my soon-to-be expired passport, and I receive a new passport before the decision is made, can I update IRCC with the new passport so the full 1 year can be issued? Jimoke, yes, you can do that. However, with web forms, sometimes officers are not able to get to the web form on time, so they'll still make a decision based on your previous passport. But if it's added to file and they see it, there is a good chance that they are going to update the passport on file and then issue it for the full duration. But even if they don't, like we said before, you are eligible to extend your PGWP as long as it's based on an early expiring passport, so you can reapply and get that approved. All right, Jones Raj, let's see. Hi there. I have applied for a post-graduation work permit and got only 16 months of a post-graduation work permit instead of 3 years. I've raised 3 web forms and sought help from the local MP office, also for ATIP request, and received the ATIP. It shows on the ATIP report that my file is waiting at the Edmonton office for the officer to review. I received the PGWP on March 2024, and I'm still waiting for my 3-year PGWP. All my classmates who have done the same program has gotten 3 years. My passport is valid for 3 years, so let me know what I can do. Jones, what was the length of your studies? What program did you take? By the way, guys, if you guys are hearing this fine, this is my first stream in a while. I'm using a new software, so if you can't hear me, if something's wrong with the video, let me know. And if you guys are enjoying the content, go give our page, our YouTube channel, a like, follow, whatever it is, and then you'll be able to stay up to date with what we do in the future. While we wait for Jones's answer to my question, Isla has asked the question, can I work after submitting a PGWP, but my study permit extension is still pending for approval? No, you cannot work after submitting your PGWP if you applied for a study permit extension and you're waiting for a decision on it, because when you apply for a post-graduation work permit, you need to have a valid study permit in order to receive the eligibility to start, working right away. And so unfortunately, in your situation, you need to wait until you receive a decision. So a Master's of Education duration of program is 16 months. So in a situation like this, usually, Jones, it is normal for you to get a 3-year post-graduation work permit. So I think it's good that you did reach out to them. Unfortunately, I mean, if you've already web formed them for reconsideration, and in your ATIP notes, it says that they've received it and the officers, it's pending officer decision, then, there's nothing more that can be done other than just following up as much as possible through web form. Another thing you can do, Jones, is submit a new post-graduation work permit application stating all the facts, really listing everything out of why you're eligible for a 3-year post-graduation work permit. And that may actually be processed faster than waiting for, a reconsideration. We've had a couple of post-graduation work permit applications come back refused for ridiculous reasons. The system's going to say, oh, you need to have this eligibility requirement. You meet this eligibility requirement, but we're going to refuse your application because of it. Like, things like that happen sometimes and they make mistakes. In situations like that, reconsideration request, like, we're still waiting about 7 months for a reconsideration request. If this person were eligible to reapply, we would have done so. Jones, in your situation, I think it may make sense just to submit a new application and see what the officer says in that application. So keep that in mind. But if you don't want to do that, all we can do is really wait. And yeah, there's really not much that your MP is going to be able to do for you because all they can do is request updates. Isa Evangelista, hello. I'm the principal applicant for a PGWP application. Can I apply for my common law partner if I only have a permanent part-time work since August 2023, 20 hours per week under tier 4? My common law partner is working in a full-time tier 2 position. So yes, the answer is it doesn't matter if it's a part-time or full-time job. You will be able to help your partner get a spouse open work permit. Let me just pull up the website for you. Open work permit for family members of workers. So here it is, who can apply. So because you're in a tier 4 position, you are a low-skilled worker. I've just pasted the link directly in chat. Open that up, take a look at your requirements and your family member requirements, and then you can submit an application. It doesn't, need to be full-time. By the way, if any of you are in the stage of applying for your post-graduation work permit and are not sure about the requirements, if you meet all the requirements to apply for it, go to our website, pgwpcanada.com. We've made a quick assessment tool where you log in, you answer all the details, and it's going to email you a PDF document that literally goes over all of the eligibility requirements. And if there's any red flags or concerns with the application for some of the most common reasons that PGWPs are refused, that way before you even apply for the application, you can make educated decisions on how to address certain aspects of your application. Yeah, as always, feel free to ask any questions that you need. I have about 10 more minutes to share with you all. So if you have any questions regarding your post-graduation work permit, feel free to type it in chat. If you find this content helpful, like the video, share the video, like our Facebook page. And if you guys ever need any help with PGWPs or permanent residency or anything like that, I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. We've been doing this for several years now. Visit our website, migration.ca. You'll see hundreds of testimonials from our clients in the past. But yeah, ask away if you have any more questions. IRCC said no. How can you book a consultation? If you'd like to book a consultation directly with me to go over specific information, you can go to our website, migration.ca, book a consultation, and choose a time that works best for you. You'll be able to come in person or online. Yes, Dr. Salista, you are right. IRCC did say no, as per my answer before. Okay. Any other questions from anyone regarding PGWP's permanent residency? Will we have another live regarding PR pathways? Yeah, we can definitely do something for PR sometime. This is my first live using this software, so I'm just getting the hang of how to use this. But yeah, we can definitely do something. I can't really give you any definitive date. We are quite busy. I just had a quick 15 minutes, so I decided to turn it on. If it is an urgent inquiry, book a consultation with me. If it's not as urgent, just follow our Facebook page. For the next live, I'll try to do like a scheduled one so that you can prepare in advance and join. But if you have any questions, Isa, right now regarding your permanent residency, ask away. I have about 10 minutes left. No, yeah, 5 to 10 minutes left of my time. It looks like nobody else has PGWP questions, so I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. Mayur Shingala, I have applied for a PGWP on May 15, 2024. Do I need a knock A or knock B level to get a spousal open work permit and child's visa approval? So it doesn't need to be skilled. It can be a tier 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 position, doesn't matter. You will be able to help support your family's permits. We don't use knock OABC anymore. It's changed to knock tier 0, 1, 2, 3, or 5. Normally speaking, it is for knock tier 0, 1, 2, or 3, which is equivalent to knock OAB. But right now there is a temporary public policy in place that allows for low skilled people to help get open work permits for their family members. So if you have any job right now, you can use that to help support your family's spouse open work permit or dependent child's visitor record or study permit. For the visitor record or study permit, it's not actually even a requirement for you to have a job. If you have enough financial resources, it's only for the spousal open work permit. Another question from Jamoke: when you get a job offer during a post-graduation work permit, can you use the work experience during school used as part of work experience from the same employer? Jamoke, I'm not sure if I understand your question correctly. I'm assuming that you're asking if the work experience that you gain as part of while you're a student count towards like permanent residency for express entry Canadian experience class. I'm not sure, but if that is the question that you're asking, student work experience does not count towards express entry Canadian experience class. You can only start counting it after you've applied for your post-graduation work permit. From my ears, so a spousal open work permit, do I need to have a knock A or B job? So as I said, you do not need to have. So again, stop calling it knock A or B. It's no longer knock A or B or C. It's called knock tier 0, 1, 2, 3, or 5. Okay. Knock tier 0, 1, 2, or 3 is considered a skilled occupation in Canada. Knock tier 4 and 5 is considered low skilled. Right now, there's a public policy that allows for anybody applying for post-graduation work permits to apply for a spousal open work permit, whether they have a tier 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 position. It doesn't need to be full-time. It can even be part-time. As long as you have the job, you'll be able to help support their spousal open work permit. Just make sure you include all the required documents properly to prove that you have the job. Or any job is fine. Do I need to submit offer letter? Yes, you do need to submit your offer letter, reference letter, or can I just submit pay stub through web form? Is that okay? You'll need to submit offer letter or reference letter and pay stubs. If you have them, you can include them, but pay stubs are not a requirement. If you haven't submitted anything with your application and you've already applied for a spousal open work permit, there's a chance that they're going to come back and refuse the application because your partner never met the requirements of the program to begin with when she applied. However, sometimes they are accepting of documents that come after. So if you upload new documents with your job offer letter, reference letter, along with if you're working for them already, you should get a reference letter. So reference letter and a few pay stubs, they may be willing to consider it. Awesome. So I think it's been about 15 minutes, I think, since I started the live. So I am going to hop off now. I'm just going to give maybe 10 more seconds. If anybody's writing anything right now and wants me to consider it, just tell me to not leave. But if I don't hear anything in the next 10 seconds, then I will end the stream. Thanks for joining. Hopefully you all found my answers helpful. I'll try to do a scheduled one next time so that we have a bit of an understanding of when I'm going to do the live. Yeah. Okay, so it's been about 10 seconds. Thanks so much, guys. I'm going to end the live now. Hope you guys have a great day. Oh, Cheery, let me answer yours before I hop off. Can a student apply for a PGWP while waiting for the study permit extension approval? So if you've completed your studies, you meet all the requirements for the post-graduation work permit, and you're just waiting for the study permit extension approval because your study permit was expiring, yes, you can still apply for a post-graduation work permit, but you cannot work after you apply for your post-graduation work permit because if you no longer have student status in Canada or a valid study permit in Canada, then you are not eligible to begin working right away after applying for your PGWP. So that means, yes, you can apply, but don't start working until a decision is reached on your post-graduation work permit. Okay? Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. Have a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are.